that I would like to begin by introducing myself. My name's Russell Hagen, and I'm married. I have 2 children, and I live here in Latacunga, Ecuador. The topic I have chosen to talk about is rap music and its negative influence on young people. Really, rap music has an amazing influence today, and it's extremely popular among young people. But along with its influence and popularity, there's not only a musical style, but also the subgenres and main genres of rap music have distinct cultures. Just to mention one is gangster rap, and these cultures reflect specific expectations, status symbols, and established standards for young people today. And due to this fact and the negative aspects of the content of rap music that are such an integral part of it, I believe that rap music does exert a negative influence on young people today. And I feel at the same time that measures should be taken to protect young people. So I think it's worthwhile to take a few minutes to examine exactly what is covered in the content of rap songs. There are those today who promote rap music and support it, and they defend their feelings by admitting that rap music today does contain malicious content such as drugs and sex and violence. But they may say that we shouldn't forget about Tupac Shakur, for example, one of the earliest rappers. His songs dealt mainly with the problems of society today. He was talking about poverty, war, racism, teen pregnancy. He further wrote about, in his songs, about discrimination of women, problems in the real world. People may say that it's stupid and ignorant rappers today like Lil Wayne and Waka Flocka who make rap look bad. They may say we should focus on and listen to the good rappers today, remembering Tupac, Notorious Big, Bone Thugs and Harmony. They say that this old school, the old school of the 90s rappers, should be the rap music we should hear. While some rappers today who are participating in this type of communication are trying to go against the trend of bad music, but in general it can be confirmed and proven that much of rap music today is heading down a bad trend or a bad path, and this path leads to violence, has to deal with self-destruction and intolerance. So I would like to mention the content specifically, different and various aspects of rap music that are cause for concern, and I feel personally do more harm than good to society. First of all, I would like to talk about the egotistical, the selfish attitude reflected in most of rap songs today. Many rap songs can be boiled down to the message that I'm the best, the toughest, and the hardest. You don't agree with me? Prove it. But really, what kind of message is this sending to young people today? That you have to be tough, that you are superior just by saying so? Is that really convincing? Really, how is this going to influence young people today? The air of superiority that is creating, really, we don't need this kind of attitude in society today when there are so many other problems that have to deal with ethnic violence and superiority of one race against the other, and that your superiority depends upon just your attitude and your background in life, your status symbol. Really, I feel that this isn't a good message and feeling that is promoted for young people today. Another aspect of the content of rap music is the glorification of the gangster mentality. The gangster mentality has to deal with these rappers expressing, saying that they live on the streets, they know their neighborhood, they're bad, but at the same time, they're millionaires. They've made it. They've done something with themselves. They've made it in life. Just by knowing the neighborhood they live in. But really, what kind of people are we dealing with? Gangsters, are they really a good influence on children today, on young people? They're basically criminals. They're evil people. They're people who are looking to cause harm. So why don't these people, I feel, instead of talking about the bad influences that surround them, why don't they do something positive for society? If they've made it, if they're millionaires, why don't they do something positive with their money? Why don't they do charitable work for the benefit of people in their neighborhood? Many CDs today contain a parental advisory label. I think this is a joke, really, because what are they warning about? All or most of the content of rap music today is explicit and profane. And this is the further topic of the content I would like to talk about. Excessive profanity in rap music today. Really, why do we have to use in a message every other word is a cuss word, every other word is an obscene word? What kind of talk is that? What kind of language is that? Is it proper language for children and youth today? Can we call this really art? Is it really talent when you have to use obscenities and profanity so often? This is not the type of music that is educated and that teaches children. I feel it has a bad influence, and really, as I mentioned before, parental advisory labels have no purpose, and really we need to avoid this type of message and language. Another aspect of the content of rap music today is the glorification of drug use. And this not only encompasses the use of hard drugs, but it exposes young people to the use of, or the peddling of drugs, the violence also that goes along with illegal and addictive substances. So by means of rap music and their lyrics, the drug culture is put on display. It's like making pornography available to young people today. Do we have to make this type of stuff available to young people? What kind of role models are young people looking to as rappers? For example, Eminem had a rap song called Purple Pills. He promoted drugs by means of this song. He took drugs. What kind of role models are we establishing for young people today? As I mentioned, the content of rap music also glorifies violence. It's heavily associated with rival gangs and the gangster mentality, and really the culture surrounding this type of music proves that gangster rap is heavily associated with violence. The violence and killings associated with these rappers proves also that it promotes nothing but a violent spirit and attitude. We could also mention the degrading of women, putting them down and viewing women as something to be used and not valued. I think this is a further bad message sent to young people. But there are those who defend rap music by saying that many genres of music, including country, pop, metal, and just about every genre of music is going to offend. Somebody is going to be hurt or offended by the lyrics. That's true. That's very true. So the point is, with any type of music or entertainment, it may be television and videos, we should be selective. I think the best way to combat this negative influence is educating ourselves as parents, but also educating our youth and our children today. They need to be educated by good principles and higher principles that will help them decide and make wise decisions about the entertainment they select. To sum it up, the content, the overall content, which is such an integral part of rap music today, I believe and I feel that it has a bad negative influence, and this bad influence is hard to avoid, but it can be avoided if we protect our youth today. Thank you. This is my opinion.